Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Barkley inside the NBA crew agree to contract extensions. Charles Barkley will not be leaving TNT or the inside the NBA crew for the foreseeable future. Barkley has signed a 10-year extension with Warner Brothers Discovery Sports, which owns TNT. Barkley's agreement coincides with contract renewals for hosts Ernie Johnson and analysts Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Barkley has been with TNT since retiring as a player in 2000. He had floated the idea of doing commentary for Saudi-funded LIV Golf this past summer. We're all a big family. Ernie, Kenny, and Shaq are brothers to me, and I wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for them and all the amazing people who work on our show, Barkley said in a statement. I'm not going to lie. Though this is a life-altering deal and I'm blessed to be able to do live television for a living, Inside the NBA begins its 34th season on Tuesday. Johnson has been with the show since the beginning, while Smith became a studio analyst in 1998. O'Neal joined the quartet in 2011. The deals with Johnson, Smith, and O'Neal are long-term but last well beyond the end of Turner's current deal with the NBA in 2024 to 25. The league is expected to begin rights negotiations soon. Turner has been carrying games since 1984, while ESPN/ABC replaced NBC in 2002. The other major sports leagues have recently negotiated new right deals. Amazon is in its first season carrying the NFL, with the rest of the league's renewed contracts with other networks kicking in next season. Major League Baseball's new contracts with Fox, ESPN, and Turner began this year, while the NHL's with Turner and ESPN are in its second season. Major League Soccer's deal with Apple TV Plus begins next season. Besides the traditional networks, the NBA should see increased competition from streaming services trying to get a package of games. Now, this is a great deal, man, for Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, to me, is the best thing on inside the NBA, period. Even though I disagree with some of his takes or disagree with things he says, he's very entertaining. It's like Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe deserved his deal with Undisputed, just like Charles Barkley deserves his deal with Turner Sports. Charles Barkley brings the fun, the funny, the realness, and sometimes you need that. You need that from players. You know, and former players, you need that for them to give you a kick in the butt for you to play better. So that's the things that I love about it, and I'm happy for him. Dead serious, I'm happy for him. So, I love it. I love how, Charles was able to come from the league and translate from the league into into that next life, because we don't see a lot of players do that. Before Kobe Bryant passed away, we didn't know Kobe would have a good second life because his competitiveness, his willingness to win and play the game. But we realized Kobe was better, even though he was to me, he's the greatest player of all time. But for him off the court, he was becoming the greatest of all time off the court. Like bigger than MJ or any past legend. And it was beautiful to watch in that span of 2 years before his ultimate demise and him going to the next level, to the next realm. So watching Charles do this is very inspiring because I'm a huge Charles Barkley fan. Barkley is a great player. To me, he's in my top 3 best power forwards of all time. He's in my top 20 greatest players, I believe, of all time. He gets it done. So you never could take anything from Charles Barkley. Barkley did the things he had to do to win the game, and he showed it. And it's much love. Much love to Charles for what he's doing. Having Shaq and them on there. It's funny when he go as Shaq. If it wasn't for the great Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade, you wouldn't have no rings, which is true. But it's just funny to see Shaq pissed off because, I'm not a huge Shaq fan. I don't like him. I think he's overrated. That's just to me. But Charles Barkley to me was very great what he did. What he's done. Even though to me he was a number 2, but he's a great player. He did his thing as the head guy on the Suns. They got to a championship but never could get back. But his commentary and his willingness to, be who he is something, that is beautiful. Beautiful to watch. And that's what I love about Charles Barkley, man. Barkley is a great godsend to the sport. I love what he brings to the game, and I love what he does to the young folk. He tells the young folks, what's up, and, he kind of shows them the ropes. But, hey, it is what it is. But much love to him, though. Much love. Much love to Barkley for getting what he got. Now, all right, now, Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz reportedly to miss 4 to 6 weeks with fractured finger. The Washington Commanders could be without starting quarterback Carson Wentz for some time. Wentz suffered a fractured ring finger on his throwing hand in the team's Week 6 win over the Chicago Bears. That could force him to miss 4 to 6 weeks, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. The Commanders confirmed Monday afternoon that Wentz underwent surgery to repair the fracture. Wentz had also reportedly been dealing with a strained bicep tendon from Week 5. The Commanders didn't provide a timeline for his return or announce whether they would place Wentz on injured reserve, which would allow them to open up a roster spot. Backup Taylor Heinicke is poised to take over as the starting quarterback while Wentz is out. Heinicke is no stranger to the starting lineup. He led Washington to a 7-8 record in 15 games this past season with a 65% completion rate, 3,419 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, and 50 interceptions. Fifth round rookie Sam Howell would become the second string quarterback. Wentz's injury is a big blow, but might force the Commanders to rethink their offense approach. Prior to the 12-7 win over the Bears on Thursday night, Washington had lost 4 of its first 5 games of the season and averaged just 11 points in its past 3 games. Wentz attempted a season-low 22 passes and finished with only 99 passing yards, his fewest in a start since Week 15 of 2021. Wentz's 10.3 yards per completion are also his lowest since his rookie season in 2016. Depending on the severity of the injury, this could be the end of Wentz's time in Washington. The Commanders could also easily get out of Wentz's contract after this season, despite trading away the 2nd and 7th round pick for him this past offseason. The final 2 years of Wentz's contract don't include any guaranteed money, and his cap hit would be $26.17 million and $27.23 million in 2023 and 2024, respectively. So, my thing is this. Carson Wentz has been playing trash this year. I mean, he hasn't been good since that serious injury he had for the Eagles. And he was having an MVP season that year. He got hurt. Ever since then, Wentz hasn't been good. Bad teammate, not able to make the throws. Last year, he had a chance to get the Colts in the playoffs. And I believe if that team with him would have got to the playoffs, they would have been dangerous. But he didn't get the job done. But, he's a pink folk. He a pink quarterback. So we're going to see what happens to him. I believe they're going to pick up his options just to take care of him because, they love to take care of their own. But if I'm Washington, I would let him go and go get me a quarterback in the draft. I would tank the rest of the season, go get me a quarterback, and go from there. Dog, the Washington Commanders have a great defense. It's just that they're always on the field. You could rebuild that offense. You could go from there. But it's funny to me how Ron Rivera loves to take up for him so much, huh? But won't take up a damn lick for Cam Newton with his bum ass. Bum ass Rivera. Talking about, here go Riverboat Ron. No, here go bum ass Ron. But yeah, but that's how it goes, man. To me, Carson Wentz hasn't been right ever since he got hurt that season with the Eagles, where he had a chance to win the MVP. And the year they won the Super Bowl, you know, Nick Foles just stepped in to take his place. But to me, I was never sold on Wentz. I just always thought it was something about him. I felt like when he ran the offense, he didn't have no command of the offense. But it's funny to me how he gets zero criticism, but everybody else criticizes Lamar Jackson, you know, what's the other guy? What's the other guy? Russell Wilson, you know, and all the other brothers who they love to criticize, but he don't get no criticism, right? Like I said, Carson Wentz, man, he came and he went. Time to move on. Washington has got to find somebody better. Seriously. All Washington needs is a quarterback. If RG3 would have never had that serious knee injury, they would have been back on the map. But right now, they're going to go with Heinicke most likely, or they may go pick up another quarterback. But Heinicke, to me, his problem is decision making. If he can work on his decision making, he could actually help this Washington team. Seriously. He could help this Washington team out dramatically. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Charles Barkley's extension to the Turner family. What do you think about Carson Wentz being hurt 4 to 6 weeks? Do you think the Commanders could turn it around with Heinicke? Or do you think they need to go get another quarterback? And do you think they ought to keep Wentz and keep his 2 years that aren't guaranteed? Should they guarantee that to him, or should they just let him go? Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can go to the description box. Hit that link to my Cash App where you could donate whatever your heart's desire. You know, and if you love what you hear, like also you guys can find me on Zelle. I'm on Zelle as well. You can super chat me there. Now, if you love what you hear during my premiere and live video, you guys can super chat me. Okay? Y'all can super chat me. Okay? Now, if you guys don't super chat me, you guys can also leave a super thanks. When the whole video is done, you can leave a super thanks for me. So thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings. Thank y'all for the support of the page, man. You know, we're just trying to continue with this. Thank you guys, man. Love everything about y'all, man. And we out. Deezy.